think it's gonna walk away from me. Stay. Stay, don't move. It's not very obedient. Hey friends, welcome back to the Homestead. It's a new year and I am super excited. I've been cleaning up the shop all day in preparation for a new gift. It's a new tool to the shop. It's a drill press. That's right. Somebody heard that I wanted a drill press for Christmas and they were so gracious and got this for me. This is a Harbor Freight drill press. We're gonna unbox this and see if we can get it set up. I know that there's a lot of talk about Harbor Freight and their tools, and yes, they do have some of the lower end tools, but what I found with the things that I have purchased from Harbor Freight is they're not professional, but what they are is serviceable. So you can spend a little time and effort and getting it set up and it will work for the things that you're needing it to do. And so that's what I'm hopeful about this this Harbor Freight drill press. So we'll unbox it, get it set up here on the workbench. It says it's a 5-speed 760 to 3070 RPM. That should be plenty enough to do anything that we need to do around here. So let's dig into this and see what we've got. Now, one of the first things that I noticed about the drill press is it's surprisingly lighter than I would expect, but hopefully we'll be able to bolt it down to the table or set it up in such a way that we can bolt it down. Instructions. This is going to be the plate, and supposedly this will rotate. It looks fairly flat. Some knobs. I'm assuming these are for to pull the head down. This is the post. That is actually really light. That is some rather thin aluminum, it feels like. That'll be okay. Alright. A box of something there. And then a little bag of bolts and screws and more Allen wrenches for the shop. These Allen wrenches. Just can't ever throw them away. You get them with anything that has to be put together, then they always end up in a junk drawer somewhere. Alright, so here's the bottom plate, looks like, and then this post is gonna bolt, looks like, directly onto that. It's still rather thin, but that's okay. Alright, and then here is the motor. I don't think there's anything else in there. Okay, well here it is, a 5-speed drill press. So this is going to be the drive belt, and that's how it's going to be adjustable. The larger wheel on this one and the smaller one over here will give you the fastest speed, and then go down and vice versa. So right now it's in the middle. We'll just leave it for that right now. It all looks like it's in pretty good shape. This is supposed to be a little light bulb to illuminate your work area. That's nice. Okay, not too big. It'll fit nicely on the workbench, looks like. Let's start assembling. Ooh. Usually I wouldn't bother with anything like this, but just in case there's an oddball screw that I miss, I don't want things flying off my workbench at 3000 RPMs. Safety stuff, don't be stupid. Put that on first. Bolt that on to the base, and then stick the head on and set screws 9. Hold it together. Makes perfect sense. Alright. All pretty well makes as much sense as it needs to make. So let's get into this. 3 bolts that look rather suspiciously like bolts that will hold down our post to the base here. What do we got in here? Oh, this is a chuck. What's up, Chuck? That's throw up if you weren't aware. And this, I bet, is gonna go, oh my goodness. That is cross-threaded like crazy. Alright, so step 1. This guy. 3 bolts. Should good line up, just like that. Now, one thing that you want to always do with bolts is when you have more than one, put them in finger tight and then tighten them all evenly around. Otherwise, you'll get one tightened down and then you won't be able to fit another one in its hole, and you'll have to undo all the bolts that you just tightened. It's a big mess. This one's not threaded very well for some reason, so I can't even get that one tightened down. All right, let's grab us a wrench. It probably tells us what size we need, but I'm gonna guess, and I guessed right, with a 14 millimeter. So like I said, machining not super great on that. So just make that a little snug and tighten these other ones like that. One more. As you can see, the base itself can't even handle the torque I'm putting on its own bolts. So we're definitely going to have to bolt it down to the table. Okay. Alright, so that part's done. Now we are supposed to loosen this guy. That is filthy dirty and rusty. Let's clean that off first. What's going on with that? But that is not pleasant at all. This thing was just covered in like a fine metal grime, like when they cut the little teeth in for a grip. They just never even cleaned it off. So this will slide over top of here. We'll just bring it all the way down to the bottom for right now until we get the top on, and we'll be able to adjust it. Alright. And now the head of the beast. Slide in your hole. There it goes. And then this guy we'll just eyeball it, line it up with the base as best we can here. Yeah, that looks about straight. And take our handy dandy Allen wrench, tighten a set screw. Again, we'll just do it finger tight. It's not hitting the metal. Let's investigate what's going on. There we go. So there was a little lip in there that was catching us. That looks about even. All right, let's try this again. We'll start with the top one this time. Yep, that caught something. So then this right here, I'm assuming is going to be our tensioner. Now, to deal with this guy, I will say this can be really aggravating that you feel like you get something brand new and you can't even use it without having to fix something out the box. But if you approach it with the understanding of what it is and that you will have to fix something, then it makes it a whole lot more enjoyable. Makes it more of a mission and a goal. Can I use this? Instead of, I'm going to use this and now I can't. So whenever you buy something from Harbor Freight, just approach it with that aspect of, what am I going to have to do to be able to use this? Let's tighten that down.
Drive the same roads every day.
Voila!
We both get there our own way.
Let's see, we've got these little guys.
Thistle and an apple tree. How different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow.
Oh, that's,
if we both
feels terrible.
know we'll be together
That's 3.
tomorrow. I can be like
guys
a
are
tree
good tight.
in the wind.
Okay.
Same old roots, but I can bend, learning to understand and sway.
I just
Together.
love that sound. Alright, well, 'tis what it is. Now we will install the chuck. The chuck. What's up, Chuck? It's vomit. That's what it is. Now this chuck should just be a pressure fit onto the spindle. Slide it up to there. It goes on there. Make sure it's good and clean. Slide it up on the spindle. We will just press it down. Oh my. That is something, isn't it? Alright. Well, it looks like a drill press. Sounds terrible. We'll have to see if there's any way to grease that. There's a little spring on this side that's a little wobbly as it moves around. So, gonna keep our fingers crossed and hope that everything works out all right. It's definitely gonna walk around on the table, but there's a couple of bolt holes here on the bottom, and I can just run some lag bolts into the table once I figure out where I want to keep it. Maybe give it a little bit more of a permanent place, or maybe I'll just use some clamps and clamp it to the table when I'm using it. Let's plug it in and see if it works. Okay, came in the on position. That was nice. A little light, very pleasant. Seems like it's working.
Better if we
See if we can,
know we'll be together forever. We can be like the trees in the wind. Same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand.
I think it's gonna walk away from me. Stay. Stay, don't move. It's not very obedient. It looks like there's quite a bit of wobble on the motor itself. That helps. So what I did there, this is the tensioner. It seemed like it was bouncing around a whole lot. So I loosened up this little wing nut and I pushed out on the tensioner itself to put more tension on the belt, and that seemed to keep it from wobbling. Alright, let's see if we can chuck a bit up into it and see if we can drill something. Say 1/4 inch, that's a good solid bit, right? Comes with a little chuck key and everything. See how far. Got about 2 inches of travel with that, not too bad. I can expand that a little bit by loosening up these nuts. There, that's the full 2 inches. Alright, here we go. All right. We got to do something about this. As soon as I put any pressure on it, it just goes to walk away from me. That should secure it to the table at least temporarily. Let's try this again. Well, there we go. Seems to drill holes. Not the highest of quality, but serviceable. It's going to work for the things that we've got around the shop, at least for right now anyways. Looking forward to seeing how many crazy things or crazy uses I can come up with for using this guy. So, all right, guys. Well, that's about all the time that we've got for today. But we do have a serviceable drill press for the shop. I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video informative or entertaining in any way, give me the thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, feel free to subscribe, see more of what we have going on here on the Homestead. And y'all stay safe out there. Enjoy your beginning of 2021 and make what you want of it. It's a new year. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video.